It's time to get real with Eddie, here to help you understand the changing real estate market and meet your real estate goals. Over 19 years in the business. 2018 Realtor of the Year of Three Rivers, past president of the Three Rivers Association of Realtors, past director at Illinois Realtors and team lead of the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner. Here's Eddie Ruettiger.
All right, welcome to Get Real with Eddie. Here in the studio I have with me, of course, is Nancy Vallee from the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner. How are you?
I am well, thank you.
Happy Fat Tuesday.
Happy Fat Tuesday. Happy birthday to my darling oldest son.
Oh, okay. And happy Valentine's Day tomorrow.
Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow.
I see you've got some reddish on.
Yes, I'm dressed for the occasion.
Look at that. So...
Yeah, I'd like to be dressed for the occasion at Mardi Gras, but, was not to be this year.
You are a big New Orleans person.
I am a huge New Orleans person. Like you are to Disney, New Orleans is my Disney.
Never planned on being a Disney family. It just seemed to fall into place. And yeah. I guess it was my fault for putting the kid in front of Mickey Mouse Clubhouse when he was 6 months old.
Let's see, it happens.
I mean, so ever since then, it's been Mickey.
Yeah.
Dee's house, actually. It's not
but
Mickey.
My kids are grown.
We go to Dee's house, and it's still, to this day, you know how your kid says something or had used a word for something?
Yeah.
And it just sticks, and that's it. It's Dee's house. It's always been Dee's house.
There you go.
So
when you say you're going to the magical kingdom, I go to my magical kingdom.
Absolutely. Never been to New Orleans. I think I would have some fun.
Very interesting. It's very interesting. It's smelly and...
See, the wife has been, and she hated it. She's like, it stinks.
It stinks.
Yeah.
It's old. There's a lot of people there, but it's so colorful and so full of history and... Yeah, there's nothing like it.
I've had friends tell me...
And the food and the... music and just top notch. Couldn't be better.
Once you get out of what's that main street where Mardi Gras is at?
Oh, on
Bourbon Street, right?
Bourbon Street.
Once you get out of Bourbon Street, there's a whole nother part of New Orleans.
Oh, it's a whole different world.
It's gorgeous, beautiful, amazing.
Yeah.
So
you don't have
she was on Bourbon Street.
Oh yeah. Well, I can see where yeah. Bourbon Street. You have to just walk down Bourbon Street. Just once in your life, just to take it all in, because it is entertaining. But if you want to really enjoy the music and enjoy yourself, you go to Royal Street or you go down Frenchman Street or whatever. Go to French Quarter Fest. It's not Mardi Gras. It's a music festival. So well organized.
I love a good jazz band. I really do.
It's just, and all kinds of music, not just jazz. I mean, they got like hip hop DJs this year.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, they got everything, and it's free. It's the largest free music festival in the United States.
That's pretty amazing.
It is, and they do it right. They really have it well organized.
All right, let's.
Anyway, yeah, just me loving New Orleans.
Let's talk some real estate here, and two of the factors that impact mortgage rates.
Share, please. Sure.
Oh, I'm not sharing. Let me find that button, and that button. And abracadabra, you should see
There's
stuff.
the share.
Look at that.
Thank you so much.
All right. Inflation and the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve does not directly determine mortgage rates, but the Fed does move the federal funds rate up or down in response to what's happening with inflation, the economy, employment rates, and more. As that happens, mortgage rates tend to respond. And we didn't talk about it because we did the number show last week, but the week before, the unemployment number came in low.
Yeah.
They still have not seen a tick up on that unemployment number, which really pushes the odds of them lowering the Fed funds rate, which really, they're not looking at doing a rate cut anytime before March this year, I think.
Yeah, they just were staying steady. They were staying steady.
Yeah.
So we're definitely lower than we were, but we're not sliding down as quickly as they thought. I don't think we're going to slide down fast.
I know the rates take the elevator up and the stairs down.
Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way. Business Insider.
We're going to go down on our bum this year. So
Business Insider, the Federal Reserve slows inflation by raising the funds rate, which can directly impact mortgages. High inflation and investor expectations of a Fed rate hike can push mortgage rates up. If investors believe the Fed may cut rates and inflation is decelerating, mortgage rates will typically trend down. True.
Yeah, that's how it works.
Realtor.com says mortgage rates will continue to ease in 2024 as inflation improves. And here's the thing, they don't need to cut rates. As long as the investors don't think rates are going to go up, you're going to see that yield between the 10-year Treasury and rates, you're going to see that percentage of difference shrink. We've been seeing almost 2.8 to 3%, where historically it's 1.7 to 1.8.
Yeah, so we've got a lot of leeway in there, and that was, I guess, what I was going to bring up, so I'm glad you said it.
Yeah, I mean, and that here, this article gets into that 10-year Treasury yield. According to Investopia, one frequently used government bond benchmark to which mortgage rate lenders often peg their interest rates is the 10-year Treasury bond yield. So that's why that bond 10-year Treasury rate is so important, because a lot of people are tied to, their rate is tied to that number. So it makes a huge difference. So as long as the Fed's not raising rates, the market can get comfortable, because if they're not going to raise rates, they're not, those that are in loaning money doesn't feel like they're going to lose money. They'll start seeing rates come down naturally.
Yes.
And then when you see the Fed finally do react, because, I mean, there's still a lot of things that are going great for this economy. There's still a lot of factors that are questionable. And me and you've talked off air about it. One of the biggest concerns still comes into factor. Prices in the last 3 years are up 20 to 25%, but you only have seen wage gains between 9 to 12%. So the consumer has lost buying power. And that is one factor on the inflation aspect.
Yeah.
Now, if we can stop the prices from going up and continue wage gains, we could see a change in the marketplace.
Yeah.
And that could happen. So it just all depends on a lot of different factors.
There's
honestly.
there are so many factors playing right now between wars and election year. All those factors are going into all this.
Oh, yeah. And that was the big talk that, well, it's an election year, they're going to cut rates. Because they usually do see rate cuts to keep, everyone happy. I'm not just going to say, okay, well, it's a Democrat and they're cutting rates to, protect President Biden. No, we've seen rates go down under Republican presidents too. There is a trend of that happening when there is an election year.
In an election year.
Yeah.
Period. It's not.
Period.
It's it's a bipartisan action.
There is. I mean, even though the Fed is supposed to be independent, it's funny because there's data there that supports it. So, there's going to be, I think, a good movement. I will say, if you are looking to sell your house, you do want to get on in the spring or summer market. Do not be waiting long this year, because it is an election year.
Because it is an election year.
And every market hates uncertainty, okay? So I'm not going to say it doesn't matter who wins or who loses, because obviously it does matter to you who wins or who loses in an election year. What I'm going to tell you is, because they don't know who won and who lost, you're going to see, I think, this market slow down at some point.
Traditionally, it does, too.
Every presidential election. Now, this is going to be a more heated, contested election, I think, than some of the other ones, and we've had some pretty heated ones over the years, recently. But going back 40 years, okay, it's going to be more so than others. And with that being said, I do see we could start slowing down as early as August.
Yeah.
It could be as early as August, most likely September, but usually you see it get into September, October, and
you're slow.
Yeah.
By the beginning of October, you're quiet until after the election.
Until after the election, then you got about 3 weeks of time of market, and then you're in the holiday season.
Yeah, and let's face it, we just had the Super Bowl, so we're in spring market. We're here.
This is true.
Welcome to spring market.
Yeah, this is true. It's a valid point. So,
And people are going to start jumping on. So if you're thinking of selling,
and that brings up the question, are more homeowners selling as mortgage rates come down? I think you're going to see more homeowners sell as
yes.
rates
I
come
don't think
down.
it's going to be a tsunami,
No.
but
It's going to be a steady trickle.
I think it'll be a good steady trickle.
Yep.
Compared to last year where it was a drip.
Freddie Mac explains the lack of housing supply was partly driven by the rate lock-in effect. With higher rates, the incentive for existing homeowners to list their property and move to a new house has greatly diminished, leaving them rate locked. And that's the aspect. Am I willing to sell my house and give up a 3% rate to go to an 8% rate in October? Because that's where we peaked.
Right. Or financially, the payments, because let's say you want to upsize, it's got to make sense. It's got to make sense. You've got to have enough equity to be able to offset it, and that's why it's so important to talk to a lender. Because if you concentrate on payment and not interest rate, you'll be able to navigate what's best for your family.
According to the last data from Realtor.com, there were more homeowners putting their house up for sale, known in the industry as new listings, in December of 2023. And we did see a tick up, I think, come in at the end of December. You know, when you look at new listing count over the last 6 years, or we got 7 years of data here. In December, new listings, 288,000 in 2017, 318, 267 in 19, 309 in 2020, 286 in 2021, 215 2022, and we had 235,584 in 2023. So we had more new listings than 2022, but we did not, the previous 5 years before 2022, we still had more listings.
Yeah.
So we started off.
We're not talking a tsunami here,
Yeah.
but it definitely is moving in the right direction.
So we're seeing more and more listings coming forward, more and more people moving forward on this aspect. It's the first time since 2020 we've seen an uptick in new listings in December. So that's a big
That's a big deal.
yeah.
Yep.
So a recent article from the Joint Center of Housing Studies, a reduction in interest rate could alleviate the lock-in effect and help lift homeowner mobility. Indeed, interest rates have recently declined, falling by a full percentage point from October to November 2023. Further decrease would reduce the barrier to moving and give a homeowner looking to sell a newfound sense of urgency. So, I mean, basically think about it this way. I'm not willing to give up 3% to go to 8, but I might be willing to give up 3% to go to a 6 if my monthly payment is lower than what I currently have, because I have so much equity. I'm moving from the current house to the new house, especially if I'm downsizing.
Right.
And then that just starts that market trickle down effect.
Well, and like we were talking about last week when we were doing the numbers show, you know, some of these places in the last 5 years, you've gained 40% plus in equity.
And that's only in 5 years.
And that's in 5 years. So that equity that you're sitting on will offset that interest rate. And that's where you got to put, and that's why I said focus on the payment.
It comes down to cash flow. I mean, let's be honest. I understand that you don't want to pay a huge interest rate. That's fine. But if you're getting the house of your dreams and your end up monthly payment is $200 less a month, what are you waiting for?
Exactly.
I mean, honestly, what are you waiting for? It's $200 less a month.
And equity is going to continue to go up. You can refi that interest rate when they do go down, and they will eventually. But you're gaining equity. Where you're gaining that much more equity, you're moving along. So
Well, and you know, you're seeing that trend of the multi-generational home buyer, where you've got multiple generations moving into a house, multiple generations living together, and it seems to be a new trend.
Well, you know
and
what?
it doesn't
You
necessarily have to be the generations in sequence. We're seeing grandparents and grandchildren move in together.
Yeah.
I swear my kid would move in with grandma and grandpa tomorrow. And okay, bye mom, bye dad, have a
See you
nice
later.
day. Yeah,
we'll see you
move.
maybe next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and
He's actually said that to us. We'll see you next week. Bye. Pretty sure he said it. All right, maybe not.
But here again, multi-generational living is not a new idea. I mean, my grandparents, my great-grandparents lived with my grandparents, and my mom.
Yep.
Obviously was in the mix. So I mean, it's not that.
According to the National Association of Realtors, there are two of the top reasons buyers are opting for multi-generational homes today have to do with affordability. So, reasons to purchase a multi-generational home: cost savings. First-time buyers are saying are 28% on the cost savings. The repeat buyers are 11%. Wanting a larger home, multiple incomes could afford together. Again, 28% on first-time home buyers, 18% on repeat buyers, and that's a big thing because you can get a really big house when you put 2 or 3, incomes together.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so you start getting 4 or 5 incomes together, you really open your options up. So, health and caretaking of aging parent, 15% on the first-time buyer, 23% on repeat buyer. I'm surprised nothing about childcare in here. Because with the cost of childcare, it would really make more sense.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we're multi-generational living. Because cost of childcare is so
Oh, you're telling me
dramatic.
what my daughter
Yeah.
pays.
God bless my in-laws. I
What
mean,
my
seriously,
son and daughter-in-law pay. Yeah.
they are
it's
amazing, and thank
ridiculous.
goodness. My mother-in-law said, "Nope, my grandson is not going to daycare,"
Yeah.
and she picks him up from school every day, takes him. I mean, he's over there 6 days a week. I'm not kidding when I say he would move in with grandma and grandpa.
Yeah. And you know what? You're blessed, and so
Oh,
is she, to be able to
yep.
do that. I'm not ready to, but I do take care of my granddaughter quite often.
Well, and that was what the whole
You know.
point of this last Disney trip was.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, we give them a little bit of cash to help because he's eating food and they're getting McDonald's and all this other
Yeah.
stuff. But it's not thousands of dollars a month like I see some daycare centers.
Oh yeah.
And so
My
really,
daughter pays a lot more than she pays on her mortgage.
Yeah.
She pays for childcare.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
Axios explains financial concerns and caregiving needs are two of the major reasons people live with their parents and parents' parents. So I wish I knew where daycare came into play because I think childcare is
I think
there.
it plays it. I don't know that they just, really dove into that, but I'm sure it does. Because you know what? It's easy. Like they're grade school age or junior high age, and they need a ride somewhere. Yeah.
yeah.
Grandma can pick them up from football.
Yep. All right, let's look at Joliet. We did this last week. Last week's show was just so number heavy. It was but so much data. Median sales price 250, 500 in December. That is a 12.8% increase over December of 2022. On the average sales price, 249,337. That is up 4% from 2022 on the average sales price. Average market time is 30 days with a percentage of original list price received of 98.4%, up 3.4%. Inventory of homes for sale at the end of the month was 86 units, still down another 48.8%.
Yeah.
There-
Time on market 30 days.
30 days. Looking at the trailing 12 months on the median sales price, 245,000. That is up 6.5%, folks. That's your average, basically what your house went up in 2023 is 6.5%.
Yeah,
If
for
you-
the city of Joliet.
Yeah, for City of Joliet. So if you're looking at attached, the median sales price on attached is $219,900, up 5%. Average $229,432, up 10.2% on the average. Original list price received 98.5%, up 0.6. Average market time is 41 days with 23 houses available on the attached side. So that gives you a total of 109 properties for all of Joliet that were available at the end of the year to purchase.
And I want to point out too, if you look at detached and attached for average sales price, it's only a $20,000 difference.
Yeah. And a lot of that has to do with Joliet has some older inventory on the stock.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a lot
Yeah.
closer on those median and average prices. The median sales price reflects that too, is $246 on the trailing 12 years. So if you have an attached house, you're up 9.3% on a duplex townhome or condo in Joliet, and that's pretty much what you property probably went up. So there was a lot more new construction in Joliet when it comes to duplexes and some townhomes last year. So that's really
There was some new
factoring
build
in.
detached too.
Yeah, there was. There was
some detached.
detached built too. There's no doubt about it. But yeah, some really strong data, strong numbers. I think 6.5% increase year over year
Mm-hmm.
is a great number.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not an inflationary number in my view. It is a solid number for a solid return on a standard good quality investment.
Yeah.
So, and as we learned last week, Will County only has about a 2.4% lender involvement with closings. So that means where our foreclosures and short sales are extremely low. 2.4% is not a huge market for foreclosures.
No.
Not when we were looking at 2019 at 5.6%.
Yeah. That's
So
really low.
really low. So the market is solid, the market is stable, and we're going to get into some expert numbers a little bit later in the show and what the experts are predicting again. We got some more information on that. But I still think we're going to be up 20% or better in the next 5 years.
Oh, yeah. In value?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And we just went through the average of most of our marketplaces were up 40% in the last 5 years.
Yes, on average.
So that's a 60% increase in your property value then in 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so that's I don't know where you get those returns in the stock market.
You don't. You don't.
Yeah. So, I found this article interesting. Coming up after the break, will the silver tsunami change the 2024 housing market?
Oh, I've got opinions.
Oh, no. Really? Would have never thought Nancy has an opinion. All right, keep it here, folks, with Get Real with Eddie to get Nancy's opinion.
Consider joining the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner as a realtor. We offer a supportive and collaborative environment for our members and are currently expanding our team. Our focus is on training and education to ensure that our members are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to serve their clients successfully. At the Ruettiger Group, we are committed to helping our members develop both professionally and personally. Our ultimate goal is to support our members in achieving their goals and making a positive impact in the real estate industry and in the lives of their clients. Our founder, Eddie, believes in teaching members how to serve their clients, family, and community rather than just generating a commission for the brokerage. He emphasizes the importance of being capable of going out on your own and receiving an amazing return on your value. To learn more about becoming a part of our team, please contact Eddie at the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner. Call Eddie at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner and Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Eddie Ruettiger, a licensed and experienced realtor with 22 years of success in the industry, is the team lead of the Ruettiger Group, associated with Baird & Warner. Eddie has assisted innumerable residents of the area in making informed decisions regarding real estate matters. What sets Eddie and his team apart is their personalized approach that prioritizes your needs. They empower you with the right tools, information, and guidance to make the best decisions for you and your family. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a property, Eddie provides you with the insights and resources to make a sound decision. At the Ruettiger Group, you are always in charge, and your needs are paramount. Eddie's team believes in educating their clients and helping them navigate the complex real estate landscape with ease. So, if you're in need of a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy real estate partner, look no further than Eddie Ruettiger and the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner. Find out more by calling Eddie at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-LIST, or visit yourdwellings.com.
Doing everything for you except the moving, and be glad. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, welcome back. All right, will the silver tsunami change the 2024 housing market? Nancy, do you want to just get into your opinion now?
I can.
Okay, what do you got?
My opinion is, what tsunami? There's not going to be a tsunami.
Really?
I am, because, and let me tell you why.
Okay, no, I'm interested now.
Because more and more retirees are staying put.
Yes.
They like their homes, they have a ton of equity, they're healthier, they like to entertain, they like to do things the traditional downsizing, although there are some, not going to say everybody, but they like being in their home. They love their homes. And they're going to stay there for as long as possible.
I agree.
And so the tsunami part, I would disagree. Will it trickle? Yes. As the older side of the boomers age out and become, it's harder for them to get upstairs and all that stuff that happens when you get older. As that happens, those houses will begin to flow into the market. But no tsunami here.
I don't think it's going to be a tsunami, but I think it's going to be more than a trickle. And the reason I think this is, we've talked about markets are short terms are 2 to 5 years. But short term for people is a year or less. And you've had individuals that have wanted to downsize and that have wanted a new property or have wanted a different property or wanted to just do something, whatever their
move closer to family or whatever. Yeah, move nicer weather. They're tired of shoveling.
They've been putting it off.
Driveways.
Yeah. Putting it off. And I think this year is going to be that breaking point for that putting it off. Not for everybody.
I was going to say.
It's not going to be a tsunami.
I think there'll be a few.
It's going to be more. I think it's going to be more than a trickle. Let's see what the article says. So,
I'm still holding with the trickle. I don't think you're going to see that kind of movement.
Housing Wire calls it a cataclysm, referring to aging Americans.
Colloquialism.
I can't say that.
Colloquialism.
Colloquialism. I still can't say that word.
It's a cool word.
I know. Colloquialism. Why am I getting tongue-tied on that? Referring to
Plus,
aging
it's easy.
Americans.
It's easy to colloquialism. It's like aluminum. Okay.
Oh, I just heard was watching something online and how British say aluminum.
Aluminum.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I was like,
It's
yeah.
weird. However they say it, it's you have to stop
Aluminium,
and think of it.
aluminium or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was a Matt Rife stand-up act is what it was, and it was pretty funny. So, all right, where were we? Referring to aging Americans changing in their house arrangements to accommodate aging. That's what the silver tsunami means. Baby boomers are growing older. They are starting to downsize. And why it won't have a huge impact. Look at that. The same article from Housing Wire, the silver tsunami transformative potential for the U.S. housing market has not yet materialized in any meaningful way, and few expect it anytime soon.
There you go.
Data from AARP shows over half of the surveyed ages 65 and up plan to stay and age in place in their current home. 60% of adults aged 65 expect to stay in their home as they get older. You know, there's an interesting thought on this too. Because the cost of it has come down over the decades. And the equity boomers have in their house. Let's be honest, what's the number one reason you get rid of your house? Stairs.
Well, as a older person,
Yes.
the house is just too much to take care of. Stairs.
But stairs.
Maybe it's further away from your family.
Yeah.
But stairs is a big motivating factor.
But
if you don't have like a first floor master or first floor
with
full
the
bath,
equity they have in the property,
they can
could put an elevator in
fix
these
it.
houses.
they could just even, it would be cheaper to even just put convert one of the rooms in on the first floor
To a bedroom.
first floor master.
And then you only
suite.
go upstairs when you need to.
Right.
Yes, I completely agree with that.
Right.
But honestly, the true aspect though too is that an elevator or these stair climbers, these stair chairs,
Oh, those stair chairs?
they're more and more
Stair lift. Chair lift.
yeah.
Yeah. They're
So-
making it easier for people to age in place. There's all kinds of products that make it easier for people to age in place.
60% are staying in their current residence and never moving.
There you go.
18% not sure. 13 moving to a different community. 10% moving into a residence with their current community. So there's only 23% of the market that is actually looking to move. So that's more than a trickle. Like I said, I think it's going to be more than a trickle.
I would call that, not to me, that's a trickle.
You only think,
That's, yeah. Yeah.
no,
That's not
you-
very many people.
It is because of the size of the baby boomers. I think it's going to have. It's not going to have a huge impact, but there is going to be a noticeable aspect that they
But
are
that's
looking
no
to move.
tsunami.
No,
That's
it's no tsunami.
No tsunami.
Yeah. Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American, says demographics are never a tsunami. The baby boomer generation is almost 2 decades of birth. That means they're going to take about 2 decades to work their way through.
I love that point.
Yeah.
I
do too.
really love that point because it does put it into perspective.
Yep.
I am on the very youngest
Yeah.
of the boomers.
And I'm on the very youngest of the Gen Xers.
I'm not saying.
What?
Anyway, but I mean.
Saying I'm more like a boomer than a Gen Xer? Dude, I'm like 100% Gen Xer. There's no doubt about it. Let's be honest.
I'm just saying. I was thinking young thing.
Oh.
So the boomers are in their 80s.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a big difference.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
And it's going to take a long time for us little wee youngins to get there.
Where is the difference between, what would be the age between boomer and Gen Xer? Is it
You know what?
60?
Some people put it a little bit different. Some are like 60 to 63,
Okay.
and some even say 65.
Okay.
So there's
See, and my mother is 66, because there's 20 years between us. I'm 46. So
Yeah.
my mom is like the tail end, the very last.
well, I
boomer.
wouldn't even call her a boomer.
You think she'd be more Gen Xer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's the beginning of the Gen X.
Yeah, and my mom, everything's always classified my mom as a boomer.
Because I'm almost a Gen X.
Yeah.
Because I'm right on the
Cusp
too.
too. Yeah.
But your mom's younger.
Yeah. So, Fleming also summed it up best. Demographic trends, they don't tsunami, they trickle. And so that's a good point.
And here again, where are they rushing to? If there was to be a big tsunami, where would they be rushing to?
Well, and you know what? Here's
no real
here's the big indicator.
product to rush to.
And if there was a big rush coming, or somebody thought there was a big rush coming, don't you think the builders would be building it? And you're not seeing them build. They're building some ranches, but it's not.
I'm seeing more 55 plus coming, little by little.
Yeah.
I am seeing more 55 plus being built.
Yeah, and I'm seeing I personally
Lockport's talking about.
see in my generation. I think the retirement home is going to be all these malls that are like closing down.
Yeah.
They're just going to revamp these malls for Gen Xers, and that's going to be our retirement home is these malls. Because we grew up on the mall.
That's true. Well, I hope they don't wait that long in these dying malls that are
Going to see a bunch of 70-year-olds, Gen Xers in the mall playing in the arcades. I'm just calling it now.
walk in the mall. Remember the old
Yep.
folks that used to walk in the mall?
Yeah, they still do.
Do they?
Still, yeah, they're still
I
Walmart,
guess I better get
mall
with it
walkers.
then, huh?
So,
I guess I'm kind of in that.
all right. Why is it more affordable to buy a home this year? Dun 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 dun. Mortgage rates are down from their peak.
Yeah.
So,
Finally.
so that is showing a big aspect. Home prices are expected to rise at a slower pace in 2024. Really, the predictions are in. MBA's got it at 4.1, Zillow's 3.5% increase, Fannie Mae's 3.2.
For wages?
No, this is percent forecast of appreciation.
Oh, well, I don't see it.
You're not seeing my screen?
I see your screen. I see wages are increasing faster than usual. and they're
Oh,
showing-
right above that. The
Yeah,
numbers.
but all I see, home prices are expected to rise, but I don't see the graph.
Oh, you don't see the number above it? Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Now it came in.
Yep.
All right. Little technical different there. Freddie Mac 3.2. The Fannie Mae 3.2. Freddie Mac 2.8. HPES 2.4. I think these numbers are low. I really do. Realtor.com's negative 1.7. They think the market's going to go down. I just don't see that. I think we're going to see a 4 to 5%. I'm with MBA. So
Yeah, I don't see it being that low.
wages are increasing faster than usual, so we're seeing a wage increase when you look at the trend on the wage index versus the wage index trend line. The last few years, we're seeing wages increase more than normal. So that is going to help the buying factor that we've talked about.
Affordability.
Yeah, that's going to help affordability. 7511 Boxwood Lane in Plainfield, Illinois is up for sale. This is a $400,000 two-story with a 3-car garage, a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath property with a loft. Definitely want to take a look at that house that is up at 7511 Boxwood Lane in Plainfield's school district. Definitely take a look at that. All right, after the break, as I said, expert project home prices will increase, and we're going to go over some of that data because we just kind of scratched into it a little bit more after the break. So keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Consider joining the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner as a realtor. We offer a supportive and collaborative environment for our members and are currently expanding our team. Our focus is on training and education to ensure that our members are equipped with the knowledge and skills necessary to serve their clients successfully. At the Ruettiger Group, we are committed to helping our members develop both professionally and personally. Our ultimate goal is to support our members in achieving their goals and making a positive impact in the real estate industry and in the lives of their clients. Our founder, Eddie, believes in teaching members how to serve their clients, family, and community rather than just generating a commission for the brokerage. He emphasizes the importance of being capable of going out on your own and receiving an amazing return on your value. To learn more about becoming a part of our team, please contact Eddie at the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner. Call Eddie at 815-823-5478. Again, 815-823-5478.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner and Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Eddie Ruettiger, a licensed and experienced realtor with 22 years of success in the industry, is the team lead of the Ruettiger Group, associated with Baird & Warner. Eddie has assisted innumerable residents of the area in making informed decisions regarding real estate matters. What sets Eddie and his team apart is their personalized approach that prioritizes your needs. They empower you with the right tools, information, and guidance to make the best decisions for you and your family. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in a property, Eddie provides you with the insights and resources to make a sound decision. At the Ruettiger Group, you are always in charge, and your needs are paramount. Eddie's team believes in educating their clients and helping them navigate the complex real estate landscape with ease. So, if you're in need of a reliable, experienced, and trustworthy real estate partner, look no further than Eddie Ruettiger and the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner. Find out more by calling Eddie at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-LIST, or visit yourdwellings.com.
A premier real estate professional, Eddie Ruettiger of the Ruettiger Group at Baird & Warner.
All right, experts project home prices will increase in 2024. The experts are projecting a modest increase, and we just kind of touched on some of those numbers right before the break. The Realtor.com really has me shocked.
What's going on at Realtor.com?
They're looking at a 1.7% loss.
They're really an outlier.
NAR's only looking at a 0.7% increase in property value. And if the rates go down, I don't see that happening.
I don't know. I don't know how. I would like to understand how they're figuring that out, what they're seeing that I don't see, or what they're looking at that I don't see.
So they're looking at an average between all 8 of a 2.1% increase in property values next year. And I just think that is low.
I think that is so low. I think it's going to be more traditional.
Well, but look at the
3 to 4%.
The whole MLS as a whole last year.
Yeah.
When we looked at the numbers, was only a 1.6, wasn't it?
No.
I thought it was 1.6. I still have last week's show here. Hold on a second. Let me get into that report.
I thought it was up higher than that.
No, I know it wasn't. Yeah. 1 year change in price on detached was up 1.6.
Oh.
1 year
attached was 6.4.
Attached was 6.4.
Okay. That's where I
1-year
was
change
thinking
in
was higher.
price detached on the average was actually down 0.4%. And the attached was on the average. So median again versus average. The average was up 4.3%. So with that being said, you know, we're looking at a market where our market's just a lot hotter than the rest of the market, let's be honest.
Yeah. But I still see it being more traditional. I think things are going to loosen up a little bit and it will become more of a traditional market instead of a locked up market.
She's back. Selma Heap, chief economist at CoreLogic, explains, with mortgage rates dropping, demand for homes in early 2024 is likely to be as strong and will again put pressure on prices. Similar trends observed in early 2023. Most markets will continue to reach new home price highs over the course of 2024.
Selma's got it right, I think. Selma agrees. It's going to be a more normal market.
I agree. I think you're going to see a market that is going to be increasing because it's just we don't have enough supply still.
Yeah.
I mean,
So much pressure on supply.
there's a lack of rental property. There's a lack of single family property. You're seeing people pivot and move to attach as an alternative, in my view, not just for affordability, but just to have a property and get themselves into a position of home ownership. So with all those factors going on, you know, you're going to see, I think, a little bit more pressure in our market. And being that our market compared to DuPage or Cook or some of the other aspects of other markets around us, we're still a decent commuting distance to Chicago, but we're a lot lower median sales price for Will County, that you're going to see a lot more pressures being put on it. You might only see a 2 or 3% increase in DuPage or in Cook, but I think you're going to see a little bit more. I think you're going to be 4 to 5 in Will County.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. We
So-
still have such an inventory shortage. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got clients that have been looking for over a year.
Oh,
I've
I
got
do too.
Clients have been looking for 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, we're
and
going in, we're strong into our second year with the one client.
so when you take that
So-
into effect, it really does come into play. Fannie Mae did find 24% of people think home prices will actually decline over the next 12 months. I don't know where they're.
How? Again, I'd like to understand their rationale.
Well, because we went over the showing numbers. We only closed 106 units, 106,000 units.
Right.
But there was 25 million showings.
Right. So again, show me how this isn't going to, because the demand is there. We've shown all the showings says demand is there.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the market report, you're looking at a huge demand issue. Yeah, there we are, 25 million, 2,542,617 showings. And as we said last week, that was because of, that doesn't even take into consideration those that are setting their own showings.
Yeah.
But when we look at closed units, we closed 106,044 for the same area. All of the northern Illinois MLS.
Yeah. Tell me there isn't demand.
That's a lot of people
Looking for.
looking for property
Yeah.
that didn't get it. Now I get it. Okay, so the average person, 13 houses I think it is? Because the
13
average...
showings. So the only thing they don't
Yep.
really talk about is offers. How many offers per listing they were getting. I didn't see those numbers coming in.
I thought that was in there somewhere. Hold on a second. I'm looking at something else.
No, I didn't
So if
see
I
it.
take the number of showings and divide it by 13, so that's the average number of showings
Mm-hmm.
before I get a property under contract, I'm at 195,585 would be the number of people. So you take 106,000 away from that roughly, that's almost 89,500 buyers
Who didn't get something?
who did not get a property.
Who lost out?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's still another whole half of the market, not to mention the people that want to buy this year, not to mention the people that are going to come back into the market as these rates come down.
Yeah.
And we are not seeing an increase in inventory. We saw a decrease in inventory.
Yes.
So we're starting the year off even less than what we had in 2023. So,
That's why I want to understand what they see or what they're seeing.
it's the numbers throughout the nation and other markets. It's not Chicago. It's
Well,
not MRED.
Yeah, because
Our market, I think, is strong. I think our market is going to go up. Like I
Will
said.
County has been projected to continue to grow,
Yeah.
and with everything coming in, North Point, all that stuff that's going on, yeah.
All right, well, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie, folks. Don't forget, go online to getrealwitheddie.com and check out all the information that we have on the website. You can also check past shows, and definitely, keep yourself up to date on your largest investment, your home, because if there's anything we have learned in the last 2-3 weeks, it is your piggy bank. It is your biggest investment. There is no doubt about it.
Absolutely.
So it's getrealwitheddie.com online. Check it out for all the updates of what's going on. I'm going to be updating that page. I'm working on that right now. So that's coming soon, really soon. So I'm excited about that. So getrealwitheddie.com, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on your largest investment.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. Eddie Ruettiger is a realtor at Baird & Warner in Plainfield, license number 475141896. Managing broker Steve Engel. For more information on your neighborhood, call Eddie at 815-823-5478 or visit yourdwellings.com.